Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am guided to give you an update on what I did a video yesterday on. If you haven't seen that, please go check that out. If you're catching this on Facebook, again, I'll try to link my YouTube video. Then you can easily access that, or go to my Facebook page, and pretty much all my reels are going to be posted there, I believe. So, all right, we're feeling better. We're doing better. So I'm going to give you a timeline. All right, I did a video on the archangels, which is going to be part of this timeline. Archangel Michael, Raphael, and Sandalphon. On Sunday night, I did a video. I did a meditation that was posted 7 years ago. Again, that landed in my sacred algorithm. That was around soul braiding. Okay, I'm not going to go into depth. You can do your curiosity research on that. But basically, in that meditation, there was an ascended master and 100 archangels to be soul braided according to my contract with my highest self and me, because I agreed. I said yes, as I do. It was amazing. The whole experience was amazing. I didn't get specifics on who exactly it was at the time, but it slowly unfolded since then. And then, so originally it was like a 48-hour period, but the archangels are definitely here with me. Archangel Michael, Raphael, and Sandalphon are still soul braided, which is basically their energy field is also braided into my energy field. Okay, so it just brings up the frequency and energy, and Oishinatiri, you can help co-create through healing modalities. You can help bring in those frequencies, energy. Basically, is an amplification. There's assistance from the archangelic realm. Let's say you're doing Reiki, which I did on Tuesday, and they came into that session for myself and as assistance guides, co-creators in the healing process. Again, vessel and tool. It's not me, it's the higher realms, multidimensional, angelic source codes that are doing the work. We're just a tool and a vessel, okay? And the more clear your channel is, the less static, the less gunk, the junk, the more clear that will flow through you. Okay, so had the soul braid meditation Monday or Sunday night. Monday was kind of just neutral, had my normal workout, everything. Tuesday I did the KDC. There's some light language through the KDC that I did for about an hour before Reiki Share. Went to Reiki Share, had all of those experiences. Again, I'm not going to talk about that now. I did videos on that. And then Tuesday night into Wednesday morning, early morning, there was a lot of weirdness in the dream scenes, which they have been. I received, and I had this happen like a month ago. It feels like it was February. Again, time doesn't really exist. I function a lot more in the quantum, so I'm like, I have no idea half the time what day or time it is. 313 in the timer. And so, yeah, it's really weird. So I have an idea of when this was. According to Getting Up, there was a massive, here, I also want to make sure, there was a massive thunderstorm. We had freezing rain, but there was a massive thunderstorm. I got up to use the bathroom to adjust the temperature, and a bolt of lightning struck close, and the whole living space, which I'm in a ground level apartment, lit up, which is unusual because it was big. And then right after that was a big boom of thunder. And so, no coincidences. This is all aligned, orchestrated perfectly. Had the soul braiding, Reiki or KDC, light language, Reiki Share, activations, clearing, cleansing, all of that. Went to bed, woke up, thunderstorm, stormed through the night, had trouble sleeping for a couple hours, went back to sleep. So somewhere between 4 and 5 o'clock, I think this is when this happened. I had this massive surge, electric bolt, like you tuck your finger in a light socket for a little bit. It was just, and it wasn't bad, it wasn't scary, it was just interesting. I was completely aware of it because it took place in a dream scene, or so to say. That's what happened last month. I'm pretty sure it was last month that something similar happened, and it was the team coming in close to the field. And again, I'm already soul braided with the 3 archangels that were also assisting in Reiki with myself as well. And so come in to basically the best way, what just came through, thank you. Back to the Future, my peeps, Back to the Future, the very first scene, he plugs in the amp, the mega amp, the whole wall is an amp. Oh my gosh, I love it when they use stuff like this that helps me explain in human words when I can't find human words, where he plugs in this tiny little guitar into this massive amp and literally just cranks it up as high as he can, and it's that one note, that one pick, and it's like boom, and then it's like he gets the frequency and just like shot him across the room. So yeah, like that, but not like that. But just the amplification, literally turning the amp or the frequency, the dial up, where it's like, you know, and I could feel that, and I still feel it. I'm very in tune with my physical avatar, and it literally feels like, I just feel like this surge of energy. Sometimes it's like this, sometimes it's like this, but that's a good description, I guess. And then it's just it's just this voltage, this energy, this voltage going through my physical body, through my field, clearing and cleansing and turning the dial up. Rapid acceleration, expansion, upgrades, reset, recalibration and attunements, activations, body electricity type feelings. Okay, so these are the words that came through this morning as I was kind of just still going on it, because yesterday I was wiped the fuck out. Like, I called, what words did I use? It's like, I'm on the struggle bus. I got up. This happened like, again, between like 4 and 5 a.m. I knew what happened. I knew what happened. I actually checked in with, divinated with my pendulum just to confirm what I already knew, what took place. And because some might feel like, was I energetically attacked? If you don't know, there's a reason why I'm sharing my personal story. But something shifted, changes, electrified, clarified, cleaned out, whatever. Upgrades, turning the volume up to be able to hold more light, more frequency, more energy, more all of it. Upgrades for what's unfolding, okay? And so when I got up, because we had a meeting, my kiddos transferring schools, and I barely, dysfunction junction, like I could barely get myself out of bed. I had massive head pressure, all in the crown, third eye, actually it's this whole area, all upper chakras. So everything, like I said, unfolds. That's why I journal as much as I can and recall. And videos like this are perfect because it gives a little bit of a timestamp on it. And I just barely got through the tour. We went and toured his new school that he's transferring to, and we allowed him to have the rest of the day off to rest and recover. And it was like freezing rain, just yuck and just cold. And we were gonna go to a lunch, and he's like, "Mommy, if you don't feel good," he's 12 and a half, he'll be 13, and he's like, "If you don't feel good, we'll just rest today." So I literally just came home, barely could get food. Food was like, I just couldn't hardly eat. Nothing sounded good. And just basically sat in my chair all day. Did a couple videos later in the morning when I felt like it. Not because I felt like I had to, but I wanted to just share. And just completely this under pressure, just discombobulated, just felt like I've been run over by a Mack truck. Felt like I just ran a Spartan race on steroids. Felt like I just ran a marathon on steroids. Energetically and physically just wiped, and just and again feeling this upgrade. I'm feeling this reset, this recalibration, this reboot, knowing that I need to integrate these energies and frequencies. And I always take protocols and do the protocols to help with the integration with as much ease and grace, and help pull these energies in so they can integrate, and so I can embody them, because once the embodiment happens, then I'm able to bring them forth into physical reality, whatever that is. So it's pretty much wiped. We watched, I took a bath. I took a sacred salt bath to help with the grounding and the discharge with the field, to help balance, again, integrate and calibrate. So there's a huge reset that took place. There was a huge recalibration that was taking place, integration. So most people that don't understand about integration or resting during these pivotal resets, reboots, these accelerated upgrades, these rapid acceleration of activations, these attunements that are taking place, might be wiped for more than just 24 hours. All right. I was still a little tired this morning, but I feel like 1,000% better than I did last night when I went to bed. And I went to bed at 7 o'clock. I went to bed and did a meditation that I was guided to do. And then I literally did the meditation. I was aware pretty much in the state that I was in, which can be quite uncomfortable when you have all this head pressure, but that actually, the meditation actually helped. So the activations that I was receiving helped with the integration of these frequencies and these energies, and woke up feeling like a brand new person. Yes, I was a little more fatigued, so I am still integrating, but the past versions of me that had less understanding might have taken, like, I would have been wiped out for 2 or 3 days or more. So maybe this is relevant to whoever's reaching this. So the more aware you are in being able to work with your energetic fields, your physical body, and using food and herbs and different things like that, salt baths, nature, that's going to help you with this, that can be beneficial. All of these tools are very beneficial, instead of like you just like had this bolt and this amplification and you're like, now what the fuck? What just happened? I already knew what was happening. I didn't get upset. I just need rest. I need to be like as still as possible, eat as little as possible, and do what I'm called to do. And it was like a whole lot of nothing. So we watched a movie together. Then I watched another movie, and by that time it was like 6 o'clock. So that even in this rested state, while I'm integrating and embodying these energies and these frequencies, I was still in a very rested state. And like I said, like a whole new person. I was able to get up and make my soup and make my muffins, and share this content. I don't know, this is like video number 4 at this point. I don't know. I just hit record and create. I co-create, okay? And yes, Archangel Michael, Raphael, and Sandalphon are here with me. That protection energy, that grounding energy, that healing energy. So you are receiving what you are ready to receive. Whether you're needing frequencies and energies, that's coming your way. You know, if you're meant to receive some type of activations, that's your way. If you're guided to tap in and work with these specific archangels, colors and frequencies, with the blues, the greens, the turquoise, you know, all of that, okay? So again, take a deep dive. I did do a little bit longer video on that. But this, I just wanted to give a breakdown of like the unfoldment, especially yesterday. I really wanted to share in the moment of like this dysfunction, junction, struggle bus. Like I was struggling, but I knew. And when you know what's going on, knowledge is power, right? You're able to settle into that and have more of a calm stability about it, and you can ride the wave. You can get on your unicorn floaty and just float it out, all right? And just know that in a few hours, sometimes you can integrate with, I've had this where I'm feeling it in the morning and then I'm rocking and rolling in the afternoon, or I only feel it in the evening and then I'm rocking and rolling in the morning. Sometimes it is like a 12 or 24 hour period, or sometimes a little bit longer, but more mine, I'm integrating at such a more of a rapid pace, even when it might not feel like it in the present moment, but I become present of what's taking place in the present moment. I'm not avoiding or trying to distract or numb or do those other things. I'm honoring the rest. I'm honoring that complete stillness or quietness, or just that less of, you know, lessness. The other sensation is like very sensitive to sound yesterday. I mean, I'm picking up sound in the field. I can hear the field right now. Like, it's really hard to describe. It's like a very high frequency pitch sound. And it comes and goes. And it feels like it's more like on when I'm doing these videos, probably because I'm a little more tapped in. Again, to my highest, to Source, Prime Creator, to the archangels that are currently soul braided in my field. You know, those types of things. So again, I hope this resonates. Take what does, listening to your heart space. Somebody needed to hear that. Maybe you've been amplified a little bit more and you're like not sure what's going on, and you're like, I need some information, and I landed here to share my experience. So yes, you're fine. If you feel like you need to go get checked out, go checked out. But more than likely, the medical field's not going to help you. All right. But if you feel called to, I'm never going to tell you not to do that. You know, but that's just the fear. That's the fear, the worry, and the anxiety. So I would say before you go running off, meditate, pause, and breathe on that. Go into nature, take a walk, get still, take a bath, and it'll come in. You'll get that information because you'll ask for that. You'll ask for clear, precise information on what's taking place. So just basically said, like I said, to give you a visual, if I'm going to give you a visual, use the Back to the Future, that first scene where he's got that big amp and you just hear, you know, imagine the voltage that's running from that amp to that little mini guitar, and then it blows him back and explodes. Thank you. That's fun. That's what I like to do. I like to co-create. So there was an accelerated expansion, massive upgrades, kind of like another reset. And I've been through a few of these massive like resets. Like you think this is it, and then you go have a next one, and then you think this is it, and then, and again, it's just again this rapid acceleration, because this is what you've contracted. So it's like this is happening, so they're getting you ready. They're getting you ready. They're getting you ready. They're bringing you up. All right, we've balanced and we've grounded. All right, now we're ready for the next one. All right, we were there. Now we're ready for the next one. So it's just these stepping stones with getting your physical and your quantum multidimensional body ready for what's coming in, whether that's to be able to hold and to be able to utilize specific accelerated, activated, higher levels of your gifts and your abilities. Okay, so I hope this resonates. I hope it helps somebody. If you're struggling, I get you. If you're like feeling a little dysfunction junction or fatigued and exhausted, again, we've got a lot going on in the Schumann resonance, those solar flares, the energetic field. Gaia is also elevating, so as above, so below, planetary alignments. So it's all in correlation, all right? So just honor the journey. Enjoy the journey in all of its messy, magnificent, dysfunctional, magnificent, epic, magical, messy. I've already said all of those M words, but you know what I mean. So just honor those moments and get still. It gives you, it kind of puts you in a force to pause, to get still and to slow down. Because I would not be able to go through these upgrades and these accelerated rapid activations if I was still living the past versions of myself. There's just no fucking way I could have done it. There's nothing would have. Remember, there's a preparatory work for things, like a preparatory to be able to, just like training, personal training or training your body. You can't go from nothing to everything and not expect to be knocked on your ass. So it's that same thing. It's like, there's no way with what I've been receiving, the past versions of myself would have been able to even function. I would have been knocked on my ass for days or even weeks. Okay? So again, I love you. I am you, you are me, and we are we. We just had some fairies go through. I don't know what just flew through there. Some elementals, thank you. So thank you to the elementals, the nature spirits. Thank you to the archangels, always. And we'll see you in the next one. Love you. Bye.